hands so much. I'm sorry. I'm just like, woo! Okay. Hey there, if you don't know me, my name is Emily, and this is gonna be a little more serious. I want to talk about mental health. By the way, I am not a medical professional. I'm just a girl with bipolar disorder, so please give me a break if I get anything wrong. This is just my understanding, what I've heard. I tried to do some research and tried to get you like the best info I could provide, but I'm also not a doctor. So, sorry, I'm still new to this and I'm trying to be like natural on camera. I don't know how to be natural. Like, I'm not natural in real life either. I feel like I am just a bumbling mess of a person just trying to talk to people, and everything I say I'm like, why did you say that? Well, that's mental illness. That's the thing, I never know the difference. Like, I'm still trying to learn the difference between my actual quirky personality traits and mental illness. Like, there's so many things in my life that it's like, oh, I always take a nap at 5 o'clock. It's just my quirk. And then I'm like, oh, right, that's because I was super depressed. Like, I always played everything off. Like, when you don't know you're ill, you do things, and then like looking back at things, I'm like, oh, it was mental illness. No particular rhyme or reason. I feel like I need I feel like every time someone makes a video like this, you see a video like this, they're like, oh, it's mental health month, I'm gonna share my story. I don't know, I feel like I see a lot, like when I consume mental health content, it's at a certain time of the year, and I am just gonna make it cause I'm feeling it. I'm in a great place, and I've been in a great place for like a few months now, or like for a year, but like really great for a few months. So like I'm seeing the world at a whole new perspective, and it's kind of cool. Like, I'm enjoying life for the first time in like since I can remember. So that is where I'm gonna start. I want to talk a little bit about my story and how I got to where I am now, and I guess I'm bipolar. So I was in therapy when I was in high school, and I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and I had really severe insomnia because of those. So I was medicated for those. I was put on one medication for insomnia, and then I was put on Prozac as well. I don't remember that medication. It gave me weird side effects, so I stopped taking it immediately, which we're gonna talk about this again, but never stop your medication without consulting your doctor. Never. I did an oopsie. Anyway, so I stopped taking that a long time ago, but I've been on Prozac. I'm still on Prozac, and I've been on it since I was 15 at the same dose. I started noticing when so I went to university, and then I ended up transferring to a college, but I went to university for a year, and I did notice like the depressive symptoms again, and it was depression, but I, like, looking back, I now see it, but it wasn't that bad. Not that bad, but like not that low compared to my lowest of lows, if that makes sense. I started noticing that, and then when I switched to the college, it became super hard. So I was seeing a doctor at the university, and I thought because of the program I was in, if I transferred, I could still see that doctor. I was not allowed to see that doctor, so I had no way to get my medication filled. So So I stopped taking it. And going into my first year of my diploma study, so the way my college works, you take a 1-year foundational visual arts course and then you take a 2-year diploma program. So my first year of my diploma program, so my second year at the college, they were the worst months of my life. And not because of anything going on. Just my mental health was just in such the gutters that it was like the worst time. Like there was nothing going on. I was stressed out because of school, but that was like, there wasn't any like awful things going on. And like other people were noticing it in me. I remember I was buzzed one day, which is manic. I would shake I remember like constantly being in motion was the feeling. I don't know if I was physically, but like I felt like I was. Like my body feels like it, when I'm manic, my body feels like it's buzzing. It's like there's electricity running through you, like, because you have so much energy. I remember like one of the pivotal moments was I was standing at my desk and I was trying to figure out how I could eat that day because I had so much stuff planned for the day. And I did have a lot of stuff that I had to do. But yeah, I remember standing at my desk, because they're tall desks. So I'm a fashion student. So they're tall, and I was pattern drafting, and I was also like, I was out loud because I would ramble. And I was out loud being like, I gotta do this, and then 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 I gotta do this. And I remember the person I shared a desk with just looked at me and went, Emily, slow down. And looking back, that's like a pivotal like that I was so manic. And my best friend is also bipolar. And they are the reason I am where I am now. Because they saw the symptoms in me and came to me and said, hey, I think you're bipolar. And then I started researching because I was like, what do you mean I'm bipolar? And I was like, oh, these are all the things I experienced. So I am diagnosed with bipolar, not specified. And I think it's not specified because I cycle too much. There's like various reasons. He didn't tell me why he gave me not specified. I've not been diagnosed for long, so it's hard to tell if I'm bipolar 1 or bipolar 2. There's multiple kinds of bipolar disorder. You mainly hear about 3 kinds. So and I'm gonna try and explain it the easiest way I can. So bipolar 1 has the highest highs and the lowest lows. And bipolar 2 has highs and lowest lows. And then cyclothymia has highs and lows, is my understanding. And it's just with bipolar 1, you hit full-blown mania, which is a form of psychosis. And bipolar 2, you get hypomanic. And I tiptoed the line. So like we're not certain which one I am. So I'm just gonna read something. It's from the Mayo Clinic. It's just a little like overview of what bipolar is, and I'll put it like here. Bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression, is a mental health condition that causes extreme mood swings that include emotional highs, mania or hypomania, and lows, depression. When you become depressed, you may feel sad or hopeless and lose interest or pleasure in most activities. When your mood shifts to mania or hypomania, which is a less extreme than mania, you may feel euphoric, full of energy, or unusually irritable. These mood swings can affect sleep, energy, activity, judgment, behavior, and the ability to think clearly. Episodes of mood swings may occur rarely or multiple times a year. While most people will experience some emotional symptoms between episodes, some may not experience any. Although bipolar disorder is a lifelong condition, you can manage your mood swings and other symptoms by following a treatment plan. In most cases, bipolar disorder is treated with medications and psychological counseling. I'm going to go through some of the symptoms. So, there's different symptoms for different periods, and that's how you distinguish them. So for both mania and hypomania, there is abnormally upbeat, jumpy, or wired, and increased activity, energy, or agitation. Those kind of go together for me. I would get those buzzes that I was talking about. Exaggerated sense of well-being or self-esteem. Decreased need for sleep. So that's where my insomnia comes in. I've gone multiple days without sleep before. I've had hallucinations from lack of sleep. Unusual talkativeness. So I'll talk to myself because I'm making plans. Like for me, that's what it is. I make plans and I need to express, and like it's like the thoughts are fleeting because they're racing so fast. They're going this way and this way and this way. So I need to say what's in my head or else it's never gonna exist because it's gone. And I'm just a talkative person too. Like the other day in class, my teacher was like, if I were to describe Emily, I'd be like, well, she's bubbly and she's talkative. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Racing thoughts. Distractibility. So because your thoughts are racing so much, you're like, And poor decision making, and then examples are usually spending too much money, having risky, unprotected sex, and then major depressive episode. A lot of people know about depression. Depressed mood is the first symptom. Marked loss of interest in things or feeling no pleasure, either insomnia or sleeping too much. So normally I would sleep too much in a depressive state, so when I'm manic I don't sleep for days on end, and then I hit my low and I sleep for days. Either restlessness or slowed behavior. I do get restless, so instead of being like buzzed like I was talking about, my legs jitter really bad. But that's also an anxiety thing because I do still have generalized anxiety disorder as well. Fatigue or loss of energy, feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt. I feel guilty about everything. You will often hear me be like, oh my god, I'm sorry. Like I'll be like, sorry. I say sorry so much. And then thinking about planning or attempting. I get a lot of mixed states. It's not a high, it's not a low, it's both at the same time. What does that mean? I don't even know how to explain, like it's so hard to explain. It's when you have symptoms of both. So maybe I'll be super duper tired, but my thoughts are racing so I still can't sleep, but I'm exhausted. Or I'm jittery, but my brain is like, ugh. And then I guess I'll just talk about how I'm doing now. How am I doing? I'm doing great. I've hit like milestones in my life that I've been sharing with people, but like that's not the measure of my mental health. But great things have been happening and my mental health is great. Like mental health wise, like I've been noticing things I enjoy about the world and like things I like doing. Like I'm like, oh, I do genuinely enjoy this. I had my doubts, like so I dropped out of fashion after my first year. I call it my first year, but I dropped out and then I ended up going back. But when I was out of school, I was like, do I even like sewing? Like, I don't know if that's what I want to do now. And I had like this existential crisis And like being back and like loving it makes me so happy. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I love life. And I never thought I would be in a spot where I would be saying that. Like, I get excited about the clothes I wear now. Like, I love picking out my outfit in the morning. I love doing my makeup in the morning. I like waking up at 5:30 now. What? I used to sleep till like 4 p.m. And now I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and I don't need a nap in the middle of the day. That's a huge win. But yeah, if you have questions, because I know it's a scary mental illness, feel free to ask me in person, in the comments, anywhere you're comfortable asking. So thanks for watching.